Well, hello there. Hello, anyone? Let me quickly adjust this. Nope. All right. Today's hopefully the last day where I can't see the chat. So, hi, anyone? If there's anyone, this is the third stream of my old prototype Perpetua. Yesterday we took off with the last few levels. I ended with showing off a not so well optimized solution for the last challenge, which is a building of a sorting algorithm. We have those 3 yellow boxes with letters on it, and we have those 2 boxes with numbers on them. The blue boxes have to land in this container, the yellow boxes in this container, and our cute little robot's job is to sort them out. Okay, how is he gonna do that? Well, there's a node canvas. Alright, there's an interesting bug here. Well, I wrote a save system, but apparently it's kind of bugged out. That's a little bit sad. I have to investigate on this. What you're looking at here is a bunch of nodes. Each has a specific task. Like this one, this is a move to node. Whenever this move to node gets processed, the robot is looking in its walking direction. Hey, is there an object? Alright, there is. I'll drive onto the field in front of that object. Then there's another kind of task that lets you grab an object. There is a task that makes your robot turn around. You can even move to a specific point like a landmark. Landmark A is this greenish A that's spread on the floor here. We have a different kind of node that is completely in orange. This type of node doesn't do stuff, it checks stuff. Like, is the object in the hands of the robot really a letterbox? If so, it continues on the green exit. If not, it continues on the red exit. Last time we did a solution with 17 nodes. That solution was okay. I see the bug now. Do you see, guys? Whenever I touch the trash bin while scrolling around, it deletes nodes. Alright. That's the bug. I just start new. I close it, I open it because I know this is another kind of bug. Alright. So, how can we approach this situation and solving it with less than 17 nodes? If we go back to the main menu, we see that the challenge is... will I do it? Oh, alright, I will do it. I hope it saves. I go back to the main menu, and we see here the challenge, the first challenge. We did it with under 18 nodes. That's nice. So we unlocked the next challenge, which says that we can do this with 14 nodes. We can try. Okay. Well, first of all, we have to move to an object, right? That's always a necessity. Then we always will have to grab it, kind of. We'll always have to turn around and move back to this landmark A. But what happens now? Is there a possibility to improve this kind of decision making? When we make the decision here, is the thing in my hands a number box? Yes, no. And if you remember the last time I did 2 complete behavior trees, lines, but most of those lines was totally identical. It looked kind of like this. If it's a number box, we turn left. If it's not, we turn, completely the other way around. If it's a letter box, we turn right. If not, we turn left. In both cases, we move to the edge. In both cases, we throw it forwards, and so on. But that's kind of double, right? What happens if I would just do this? Because now the robot turns left or right, and then, in either way, it moves to the edge. Let's try it. I take this a little bit further up, so that we have everything on one screen. We move to the edge, and now we throw it, and then we turn around, and then we move back to the landmark A. And the problem we're facing now is that when the robot is coming back from this side, it looks into this direction, and if it's coming back from this side, it will look into this direction. So we can't just say, yeah, well, turn left, because in the case where he comes from the number boxes, he will look into this direction. So we have to do something like a test. Let's assume we come back from this side. We just turn left. Alright. But now, we do this little test. Move to object. Move to object will fail and take the red exit whenever there's no object in front of the robot, which happens in this direction, in this, and in this. So, there's no object, we just do it again. We turn left and check again if there's an object. If there's finally an object, he will be moving automatically to it. That's the job of this node. And you all already see it's kind of the same game as this one, right? So we could, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is better than 14. We give it a go. I take this up here, like this. And we try it, alright? I will speed it up a little bit. It grabs the object. It turns around, it moves back to the landmark, it turns left, and it moves to the edge. It will throw it into the container, turn around, move back to the landmark, turn left, doesn't sit, does it again, doesn't sit, does it again. And our test worked. So I'm confident now to speed this up. This is the first time we use a red exit on a blue node, right? Because it's not that usual to think that way. But if we abuse this system even harder, I'm sure we can reduce the amount of nodes we used again. We used 13. Why is it showing 18? We unlocked the 14 challenge. And you see, it asks now to do it with 9 nodes. Of course, I'm explaining the game, that's why it's kind of easy to understand it now, but if you don't have someone that explains it to you, it's mind-boggling. Or you have this moment where you're, oh my god, you could take those red exits too, and you can twist it up and make it even smaller. And that's a really nice feeling you got there. In the first 5 levels, you just learn how to program visually, and in the challenge you learn to optimize, which is the real fun of the game. It's what makes you really think about a problem and a solution for it. And again, I'm really not sure if I should show the solution for the 9-node challenge. Well, first of all, let me show the stream. This will be a little streamception now. I'm kind of sorry for that, but streamception now. I'm kind of sorry for that. I go down and I go down here, and I hear myself double now. You have a download link for the Windows and for Mac. I go down here and I hear myself double now. I could mute myself, right? And for Mac. I go down here and I hear myself. All right. If you click on the Windows link, you reach my Google Drive. I made it public accessible, and on the top right here there is a download button. Please just click it and note that it's a zip file, so you have to unzip it first and then just start the exe. Also make sure that those three files are in the same folder, because this one is searching this one and this one. Alternatively, there's a download Mac build as well. If you're playing on a Mac, please make sure you're playing in full HD, because all other resolution settings aren't tested, so it might be that there's a bug. You also have a zip file here. Just download it, unzip it, and start the app. Well, that's that. I return to the game. Now, I would say cut. Turn off the stream if you don't want to see the solution, or pause it, try it, play it. And if you want to see the solution, here he comes. And again, the trash bin deleted half of my solution. Okay, I use it to delete it in fast mode now. I have to delete those notes because I'm not sure if the loading was broken by the trash bin in the background, and maybe the game would bug out if I just clicked the play button at the time. Alright, so what we can say for sure is that we need all those nodes at least once, right? Those 5 nodes, we need them. At some point we need to move, we need to turn, we need to grab, we need to throw, and we need to make a decision what it is. We could do, of course, a hard-coded version where we exactly know that the first one is blue and then yellow and then blue and then yellow, yellow. But you can't make a solution with 9 nodes while hard-coding. If you disagree, please prove me wrong, send me a picture. Alright, the first step, we move to an object. Now, if we reach an object, we can always try to grab it. If we can't grab it while we were moving to an object, there is only one explanation to that. And that is that our robot is already holding an object. So, that's actually a case that shouldn't ever happen. Yeah. I never even thought about this before. Yeah, you see? I played it like 100 times and I didn't think about this case before. Is it possible? I mean, it's technically possible, but with this solution, I do. I just continue. We grab an object, and then what do? We turn around. And now it gets interesting. I delete this one. Now it gets interesting. We turn around. We move back to the landmark. We let me take this down here. We move back to the landmark. Now comes the decision process. Is it a number box or not? We Wait. No, that's alright. Is it a number box or not? Let's say once for not and once for yes. If it's not a number, means it's a letter, means it needs to turn right. Okay, if it's a number, it turns to the left. That's good. And now comes the trick, right? We move to the edge, and if we reach the edge, we throw it forwards. After we threw it forward, we turn around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notes. That needs testing. Oh, I can already stop because after we threw it, we're turning around and we move to the landmark. It will move to the landmark and will go into decision, but there will be no object in the hand, which means it will just turn right and then move again to the edge and then try to throw something, but there's nothing in the hand, so it will continue here, which means we need to hook this up too. And also every time we move, well, even no, maybe we have to do it a little bit smarter. Let's try it just to understand what happens. I go a little bit faster, but not too fast, so that we can understand what happens. It grabs the object, it turns around, it moves to the landmark, does the test, moves to the edge. And now I go slower. It threw it into the container, turned around, moves to the landmark, does decision. What happened? That was strange. For a moment I did see it go through here. Anyways, it's a prototype and I will do a completely new game and I will clean up the code anyways. So it went through this exit, tried to turn right, tried to move to an edge, but it was looking at the box. So it couldn't see this edge, which resulted in choosing this red exit. Alright. So, whenever you try to move to an edge and you don't see an exit, move to an object. I heard a notification sound of someone following, but as I'm not... Hey! Hello Ollie, hello Arno, and hello someone else. Hi guys, thanks for watching. That's awesome. Alright, you are my first viewers ever. You can be really proud of that. I continue. Whenever we try to move to an edge and we can't, we instead move to an object. And every time we can't move to an object, we just turn around and try something else. We test this again. It grabs the first number box, turns to the left, and throws it back in. It turns around, comes... I want to see what happens now. That's a weird bug, but I think it's just a visual bug, not a mechanical one. This kind of worked. Did you see that? It couldn't move to the edge, it moved to the object instead. Turns around, moves to the landmark. That's really odd. That visualization process was completely wrong. But it did the right thing. That's really interesting. And now we have that situation where the robot turned into a wrong direction where it's actually seeing an edge, so it's moving there. But luckily it turned around, moves to the landmark again. Had nothing in its hand, so it's turning right, moving to an edge, turning around again, moving to the landmark back again. And now it moves to an object again. I'm pretty confident that this works now. Now we can have a look at it again. What happens? It's moving back to the landmark, right? It doesn't hold anything in its hand, so it's turning right. It's moving to an edge, which worked. Now it tries to throw something, but there's nothing in its hand. It turns around, moves to the landmark again, but still has nothing in its hand. It will choose the red exit, right? It's turning right again, moving to an edge again, which works. It will throw again, nothing in the hand, turn around, move to the landmark again. And that currently is the best solution I could think of. A friend of mine claimed that he can do it with 8, but he couldn't prove it until today. Feel free, download the game, try it yourself. And you see, we unlocked the golden challenge. In a later stage of the game, I wanted to add bonus levels. Whenever you unlock the last challenge tier, you would then have a bonus level to play. But as the game will completely change anyways, this plan is on ice. Let me try something new now. Oh, errors all the way. That's alright. I changed to a different overlay. You will now see me full screen, I hope. And now I see the chat. Alright. I shouldn't display my messages over my forehead. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, everything's work in progress. Yeah, I'm going to an announcement. This game will be completely reworked. I will make something more like an adventure game out of it. I don't know if you guys know The Witness, which is a logic puzzle island kind of game. It's a big inspiration for what I'm planning to do. I will try to make a game where you have all those little programming riddles on a kind of open worldish island. I don't know yet how that's exactly going to look like, but that's the overall plan. So there will be a small tutorial as the one we've played right now, with some levels where you just learn the system, and then you will be able to go outside and explore this. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, this mystical magic world, or is it more like a biohazard world where everything stopped working and you're about to fix everything because you're a programmer? Or is it a world where you start to hack into systems? Because that's also possible with the system. Like you already have a steampunk. Yeah, steampunk. You already have situations where something is working, but you don't want to work it anymore. Like a gate, which you can plant bug in so it opens for 5 minutes each hour or something like that. Those are the kind of thoughts that are in my head right now, and I think I will continue streaming tomorrow with maybe a Photoshop session where I just do some quick paintings, thoughts, sketches about how it all should get continued. And also I will do some polls, because the the ideas of the viewer are important to me, and I try to implement whatever's possible whenever's possible. And I'm also very curious about what you guys want to see on this stream. Shall it be a modeling 3D stream, or shall it be a level design stream, even a coding stream? Is there something that's boring to watch? Then I will not do this live, but on the other days, in the evening, in the morning, wherever, whenever. Yeah, that's the kind of questions. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching this kind of short stream. Tomorrow will be a little bit longer, will be a little bit more chill, just making some thoughts, sketches, and more. Thanks, goodbye.